Today's first video for you will start from a far region where last night a massive fire destroyed dozens of houses and shops. Secondly, we have a new story from California, the US, where Ethiopian diaspora community has protested in front of the office of Brad Sherman, a member of US House, who was the main parliamentarian behind HR 6600 bill, which is being considered by US House, which is about sanctions on Ethiopian government. Interesting thing is that a candidate who is contesting election against Brad Sherman also took part in this protest, which was held right in front of the office of Brad Sherman. Is it becoming a political thing there? Thirdly, viewers, we have a new story from Sudan Ethiopia border. Once again, clashes are being reported between Tigray fighters and Ethiopian government forces. And lastly, much needed statement from Oromo Liberation Army. OLA spokesperson spoke about Somali people just 2 hours ago. This statement was very apt. It was required because we have been seeing some claims from OLA spokesperson, OLA news sources, that Somali forces are involved in the fighting against OLA. And there has been a history of clashes between Somalis and Oromos in border areas. Now, Oromo Liberation Army has released another statement about the Somali people. What is OLA saying in the statement? Let's start with a new story from a far region where last night a fire broke out in Samorobi, Galkali, Wareda. Dozens of shops and houses have been destroyed. More than 160 shops and houses have been destroyed. You can see a picture on your screen that shows the intensity of this fire. There was no proper fire extinguishing equipment as well in the area. Lack of water too. That is why fire kept on spreading. You see that more than 160 houses and shops have been burnt. Last month we saw a devastating fire in Somaliland and the loss was around $2 billion US. This fire in Afar has also inflicted heavy loss on locals of the area. What was the cause of this fire? It's not clear, but petrol is sold in this area. Authorities are investigating about the cause of this fire. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopian diaspora members have protested in front of the office of Brad Sherman, who was one of the US congressman who passed HR 6600 at US House's Foreign Relations Committee. Ethiopian diaspora members who are pro-Ethiopian government, they have been protesting against Brad Sherman since the bill was passed. This is not the first time that we are seeing protest in front of Brad Sherman's office. Arika Rhodes also took part in this protest. Who is Arika Rhodes? Arika Rhodes is contesting election against Brad Sherman in coming months. So both are contesting election from the same constituency. That is why maybe perhaps she was there. Arika Rhodes says that Brad Sherman did not care to meet Ethiopian diaspora community. He did not take into account their reservations regarding HR 6600, and still he is not meeting the diaspora community despite requests from Ethiopian diaspora members. So she criticized Brad Sherman in her speech. Very expected. She is contesting election against Brad Sherman. Is this becoming a political thing in the US that Ariga is supporting diaspora community just because she is contesting election against Brad Sherman? It seems so, viewers. We have a clip for you showing the protest in front of Brad Sherman's office in California. I think watch the clip, then to the news stories. Thirdly, viewers, Ethiopia-Sudan border, where we have seen clashes in the past as well between Tigray fighters and Ethiopian government forces. Once again, clashes are being reported. Place is the same, Baraka. Baraka is the place where there is a large settlement under Ethiopian government forces, though it's on Sudan side of Sudan, Ethiopia border. We saw clashes more than a week ago as well near near Baraka, Humra and Dima. Once again near Baraka, clashes are being reported. Several government soldiers and Tigray fighters were injured in these clashes, who were then taken to hospital. Sudanese soldiers, did they remain neutral or did they support Tigray forces? Sudanese forces want to push Ethiopian forces from Baraka. We know that. Baraka, Sudan says Baraka is part of Sudan. Sudanese forces support Tigray fighters with the aim of dislodging Ethiopian forces from Baraka. And secondly, we know that Sudan-Ethiopia relations have not been very friendly. Ethiopian government, Amhara regional government, they accuse Sudan of backing Tigray Liberation Front, Tigray fighters. So, situation on the border is far from being calm, but the clashes have come to an end reportedly. Small-scale clashes, injuries on both sides. Ethiopian government forces are still in control of Baraka. Tigray fighters have retreated reportedly. We've been coming out, we'll try to update you more if we get more information from the area. So far, what we have heard is that clashes have subsided, no clash in the area now. Situation is calm. Lastly, viewers, OLA has released a statement. Not a statement, but OLA spokesperson spoke about Somali people. Much needed statement, because we have been hearing from OLA back news sources, OLA spokespersons that Somali regional forces are involved in the ongoing fighting against Oromo Liberation Army. OLA spokesperson yesterday openly said that Mustafa Umar's forces were involved and they are suffering heavy losses in this fight against Oromo Liberation Army. Then a few hours ago, OLA spokesperson spoke about the Somali people. He said that there are cordial ties, cooperation and mutual assistance between the people of Oromia and the people of the Somali region, Somali people. And Abiy Stooge, quote unquote, Abiy Stooge in Jigjiga is trying to break this bond. We will stand together. So, OLA spokesperson is criticizing Mustafa Umar, Somali president. He is calling him Abiy Stooge in Jigjiga. And he says that relations between Somali people and Oromo Liberation Army, Oromo people, they will not be affected by the campaign started by Mustafa Umar's government against Oromo Liberation Army. It is much needed statement because we know that in Oromia, Somali border areas, there have been clashes between Oromos and Somalis in the past as well. So if OLA keeps on issuing statements against Somali forces, against Somali people, it could lead to serious escalation. That is why OLA is trying to calm the situation. It is telling that the fight is with, it is against Somali regional government, not against the people of the Somali region. I think, Fauji.